Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US stocks for Tuesday, August the 31st, and starting with Amazon here on the daily chart. As I mentioned before, it's I'm not quite sure how to finish this top off here. There's a good case for having 5 waves down here, but when I pull it apart on the intraday basis, there's also a bit of a case for having it as an A and a B and a C wave. So what we've been doing, we are long, and we've been long down through here and everything's going well. Our target to the upside is the 3,500. So we're going to exit at that point. And then if we get a classic trading levels pattern sitting on that 3,500, which will look a little bit like this here, then we'll look to move in long again at that point. Okay, so that's our plan. So we're going to exit here and we're going to enter over here if the market's going to move up further. Okay, so that's that. We'll have a look at on the tick chart, of course. I must have had it on 10 ticks as well. Anyway, not to worry. I could work with this, so we can have a look at 10 ticks in a moment. So yeah, so there's various ways to count this, okay, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to this point for the A wave, the B wave, and here we've also got 1 and 2, so we should actually just, if I can just borrow these for a moment, 2 here, and got a nice third wave sort of starting here, finishing rather, and we'll look for a fourth wave that could maybe test back at the 3,400. And then we'll look for 5, the fifth wave up. Now, we may not quite get to the 3,500, but 5 being the second strongest number, and this is the lower end is the 50%, and there's 62% up here for that. So that's where we will look. Don't need all of these in here now for those. Don't need these. Keep it nice and clean. We can lift that stop up also. Into this space. If we were looking for that correction, we can look at it from wave 2 low. Just, you can get that a bit more accurate, but okay, so that 38.2 comes in at 34. It may or may not reach that, but it's good to be prepared for something of that nature. Now, yeah, wave 1 is quite short. The extension's in wave 3, so wave 1 and wave 5 can be roughly the length. Another way to look at it that I do is just look at the 61.8% of the third wave, because it's all just about proportions. But look at, it's also, sometimes it's really accurate and quite sort of hauntingly accurate, and other times it's so wrong you don't know why you listened to me in the first place. So, but look, we may not reach up there, but I know that markets are emotional, and they so there's a psychological element to it, which really is about the emotion and reflects as the volume. So it's possible that we can get to that point, but just be a bit mindful. So we should just really trade to, unless we have a look at the structure. So we're going to look at 4, 3, 4, 7, 2. So I'll just put that in there. That can be a bit of a safer target, you know. And that's also part of subgroup 2 as well in there. So I'm just going to put that in there. 34.72. You may get to 80. And if you want to get out earlier than that, then 34.65 is the number. And if you want to get out before that, well then 34.50 is the number at that point. Okay, so that's what we'll look for at that point. We should be able to count the 5 little waves up there in that instance. I won't go to the 10 tick chart, which has got much more detail, but because we can just pretty much see what's going on at this point. Now, obviously, I've got this as the A wave and the B wave, and like I said, it's possible to count this down as an A, B, C and a corrective move here, but we can't do anything until we get a classic trading levels pattern on that 3,500. So we'll just wait for that. Okay, that's all pretty simple. So we'll close that. we'll look at Amazon. So Amazon's really got to do the same thing as well. So we're looking for a fourth wave here. So if we just take this and that, can, but doesn't have to pull back down to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree and then move up. Will it get to the 3000? Once again, you know, there's psychological finishing line, so it's possible. Will it pull all this way back? I don't know. I mean, like, what's that number there? 29. Doesn't really hold a lot of sway, but anyway, we've got to expect that. I did move the stop up, but I'm going to just tuck it back under here just for safekeeping. It's not that we need it up there at that point. That needs to go in here. This wave 4 was quite small with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, I imagine. So that's sort of where we are with that. It may not come back that far. Let's just give a little bit of time and space for that. But you can kind of see here, and it's also sort of important for the indices, the markets that we just, the stocks we've been looking at, they've really just got that 4, 5 to go. So that timing of events is important. Now with Apple here, we could look at this in two ways. We can put wave 4 here, which looks like the obvious thing to do, and look at that as 1 and 2, a nice strong third wave there. If that is the case, then we still need a fourth and a fifth wave to come into play. Okay. So on the tick chart, I've got this wave 4 sitting here, which is not very good, but I do have 5 waves down here. So it does present, and it has 3 waves up here. So it does present a case of an A and a B and a C, which is a bit short here. It's only pulled back 61.8%. So it's highly likely, looking at it like this, that it's actually 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay. Yeah, like I said, we're going to have a look at the tick charts for this. Let's get some more data. Yeah, so this whole top's been a little bit tricky, but we are getting a classic trading levels pattern across this level. That's the good thing. So I counted down here, which is corrective, which is fine, but then I could only count an A and a B and a C wave up here for the B wave, and then here I could count 5 waves down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could count this as an A and a B and a C, but kind of doesn't look right. So I mean, it counts internally right, but in the bigger picture it kind of looks better with a wave 2 there. And so I think we just need to keep a bit of an eye on this as well. But once again, in this little thing here, if you're long here, then we've just got, in this case here, we can plot this out a little bit, shall we? Just going to make that a little bit smaller. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there for 1 and 2. And I'll just go into the guessing game here a little bit so I can work back to, so it'll be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I can put that there as wave 3 and 4 there. So if you want a job to do, you can check that third wave there, and that can go in there. And we'll also be looking for an ABC correction here. And once again, it may or may not pull back to the 40%, but we need to kind of start somewhere with all of this, so it's possible for it to move down to that point and then move up from there. But see, I've got it here for as wave 4 blue to wave 5 here, okay, and that would take us roughly to the 155. So I think that's a really good target. The other point, if I've got this wrong, well then that's 1 and 2 here, and 3, and we'll probably come back for 4, and we'll still go still really much the same in a way. Yeah, I think it's best if we. I mean, this will probably be right as 1 and 2, and then this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just for the third wave up here. But let's just trade up to the 155, and then if this is going to be like wave 4, another wave 4 and another wave 5 there, we'll recognize that in this pullback, and we can trade that leg up there for that. So what I may do just here is, if I dull that one out, just so I know what I'm talking about. So if I don't give enough detail, I just sort of go, was that. And so I'm just going to copy that and put that there and that there. So I'm just so we know that that there's a possibility of higher ground here, but that might become obvious before we get there anyway. But anyway. Okay, so yeah, if you're long, because we talked about being long, 155 would be the natural target at that point for that. And square, I've been looking at this, well, as you know, as wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C, all good, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, with an overlap on the 4th here. The 5th wave here is a little bit dodgy, but 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, it all fits in. So I'm wondering if there is a top in play through here. So this move down through here, it can count as an ABC correction. So it's possible to make another top here. So it could be 1 and 2, and you could rearrange this, and you could have this as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 as well. So what I've been doing is just focusing in on the intraday here. Now it looks like we've got wave 1 here and wave 2 to the upside here, but I can only count that in 3 waves there. So I'm sort of counting it as now I'm counting it as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here. So what I was kind of thinking is that this little C wave here, once it's over, all right, once we've got 5 waves there and we've got that top in play, any move above that, then we know that it's bullish at that point. But otherwise, all of this can be an A wave. It could be the start of the 4th wave from here. So that's what we need to be careful of at this point. So I think what I'll do here is look at this as the A wave there and copy that. And we'll just put this just as a bit of a sort of a shell at this stage. And then because this move here appears to be in 3 waves, then we could get something a little bit more sort of complicated here. So if it was going to start a 4th wave, I'm going to put that as the A wave, and then we'll have a B wave and a C wave down for the 4th wave. So I don't know if that's true just yet. We still need to work on this, and we're going to go in and I'll just show you what I know. So we want that. We want to get a bit more data. It's probably too much. Actually, just while I'm here with this, we don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need these. Okay, so yeah, I can count this down as an A wave or B wave or a C wave here. It's not wave 1 and 2 now, because just the angle of that doesn't make sense. So an A and a B and a C down here makes a little bit more sense. So I've got that as the A wave there. I'm just going to get rid of that wave 1. We'll actually need that later. So I'll just put that back over there, put that there. And yeah, so I was counting this up through here, as you may know, and let's just get a bit of, so we can see the A wave, well, wave, nice little impulse corrector, 5 little waves here for 1 and 2, and then this, I'll just use that as like the 3rd wave and the 4th wave and the 5th wave, and that 4th wave could go over here as, no, better off there actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, even though there is overlapping. So I'm just left with an A and a B and a C. So I've labelled it wave A, probably have to lift it up a degree, and then there's 3 waves here, so that's wave B, and 1 and 2, and then this one here is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, the 3rd wave, 4th wave, and 5th wave. So we looked at being long here yesterday. So if you are long from yesterday, we looked at half a position, then just exit at 275, and then we'll look again at it. So once we've got this 5th wave in here, we'll either got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the C here. So anything above that, then we can trade long at that point. But otherwise, this market can start to fold over from that point. So that's what we'll do. We'll keep an eye on that. And Facebook. So it looks a little bit odd, really, for this. So we can put wave 4 over here. There's a good case for that, as I've been mentioning. But I'll just keep it conservative for the moment. So we've got 1 ABC for 2 here, And then we've got this move in here, which we can label 3, 4, and 5 to finish off here. But it's probably wrong, and we'll probably need to put this over here. And then we'll probably need to look at this here as 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 here, and then 3 and 4 and 5, something of that nature. Okay, so that means that this would be sitting over here for that. But we'll just go to the tick chart and just sort of look at this. We've made a new high above here now. So, you know, and we do have 5 waves. Just doesn't look right to me, that's all. So let's go in and have a look at the tick chart. So from this wave 4, we've got 1 here with an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 2. Just make that a bit clearer there. So wave 2, we can look at it as wave 4. I mean, it looks like a wave 1 to me here, but anyway, wave 3 and 4, and then going up for wave 5 here. So if you wanted to be conservative, this from wave 1 here is fine. This wave 3 here has got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, so there's still another little correction to have here, of course, and then 4 and then 5 to finish that off. But I think, you know, the reality is that there can just be wave 3 at that point. So yeah, we'll just see. I mean, is it a big deal to get out at 390 instead of this one here? I don't know. Anyway, a problem to ponder. Okay, that's Facebook and Tesla. We can count 5 waves up here, which we've been trading as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. But it really hasn't cleared the top out of here. It will stall at 730, and because it's number 3, it means it's a group 1 of 7 of the closest largest number, which is 700. So it will stall there. This is the 50 and the 60% retracement level here. So we were targeting around the 750. So 748 is fine for that. And let's just go in and have a look at this. So look for, you know, with this here, once we get these 5 waves here finished, okay, wherever it may go, we've got them there. If the market, you know, pushes up above this 5 wave structure that we got there, well then we're more bullish at that point, right? But, you know, we cannot forget about this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for this. As an A and a B and a C wave for the B wave, and then down for the C wave here. So it doesn't matter about being right or wrong. I don't, you know, give a diddly squat about that. It's just that we just need to take the next logical step and protect what we have. You know, we need to do all the right things at the right time. So, you know, having a belief or an opinion can get you into a lot of strife. So let's just go in and have a look at this. So where are we? Back down here. So wave 4. So nice wave 1, nice wave 2, bit of a dodgy wave 1 and 2 here, but it makes the most sense. And then we've got wave 3 here. And 4 here. If I've made a mistake here, you know, we can put this on top here, but it just doesn't make much difference really, even if I put it here or here. But we just got that nice 5 waves there, so it makes it, you know, kind of makes it feel right. We haven't overlapped here, so that's okay. But I could certainly see that we could look at this also here as wave 1 here, well, over here rather, and wave 2 over here for that matter, and, you know, build a stronger case to the upside. But I just think we should just keep the basics as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and going up for wave 5 and calling it a day. So we've got a little 5 waves in here. It's not too bad. Wave 2 can be here. A little bit sort of dodgy here, but I think we could look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1, ABC for 2, 3, 4, and then 5 up here for wave 3 here. Wave 4 is a little bit small, so there's probably a good case for putting this up through here as well. as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I think we need to do that. So that would go up through here. So that's going to top there a little bit. Then we're going to get some sort of move here, and then we've got this here. So will we get to the 50? That's the question. So we need to re-examine this. We'll go back over this count here in this last leg. So look, I think, you know, getting out now or at 740, or if you're lucky, you know, a little bit higher would pretty much sort of be it. Do you sell into the trend, or do you wait for it to turn? I don't know, kind of doesn't make a lot of difference as long as you're quick on the button on the downturn, you know, that's the main thing. But most professional players trade into the trend. I normally trade to a level and get out. So here we know double tops are never the end of the trend, so there's going to be some type of classic trading levels pattern here. So we're going to have the first high above the level, we're going to have some type of correction here. Let's just see if it's big enough to be a nice wave 4, and then we'll know that wave 5 here can be much the same distance as this, because this is where the extension is at that point. Alrighty, I think that's it. Tesla was the last one on the map. Yep, all good. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.